Basketball on Channel 15 from the Hinchy Gym in West Rutland. It's the West Rutland Golden Horde Cabot School Huskies here in a nog lead matchup. The tap, as you see, controlled in the backcourt by the Golden Horde, going right to left here in the first quarter. Vince Allo with Chad Bliss on Channel 15 Sports. The 2-1 Golden Horde, state runner-up of a year ago, Division 4. 2-1 on the season. Turnaround in the lane, good. Early lead for Westside. Turnaround in the lane for the big 6'4" senior center, Brian Reynolds. And Westside with some half-court trapping pressure, come up with a quick turnover and convert at the other end. It's going to be the first foul of the ball game. It's against Cabot's number 3, Mike King. First on Cabot, and that's going to send Paul Amelang to the free throw line for the Golden Horde to shoot 2, already up 2-0. Amelang, 6'4" senior, looks and fires, got the first one. Again, West Rutland at 2-1 on the season. Early stages of the 07-08 campaign, looking to get back to Barry and handle business. The second one's good. Paul Amelang, 6' senior, knocks them both down. It's 4-0 Westside early. And again, relying on that trap and a steal for Cabot after the Cabot turnover. Back the other way was King on the layup. Good defense inside by the Golden Horde. They quickly take it in the forecourt. 3 ball. Hughes, good. And with the extra point, it's 7-0 early going Westside. And another turnover in the forecourt now as Cabot tried to work it from right to left along the baseline. King with the turnover. Westside takes it the other way. It's Randy Cameron behind the arc with it. Works against the man-to-man to the baseline, off the backboard and in. And it's a quick 9-0 lead for Westside. And Cabot Husky coach Rick Hudson with a quick 30-second timeout with 6:44 left in this first quarter. Already 9-0 West Rutland.
Yeah, Vince, and of those 9 points, 7 of them coming off 4 turnovers from Cabot here in only the first minute 15. Certainly not the way Coach Rick Hudson wanted to start this game off.
And Coach Rick Hudson from Cabot was apparently the JV coach at U32 some time ago.
That he was, and actually I've known Rick my entire life. He lives in East Calais, or lived in East Calais. I don't know where he lives now, but I've known him from Little League Baseball up through now. It was quite a surprise to come here and see him wearing the Cabot green as opposed to the blue and white Raider blue.
After the quick 30-second timeout, first one taken by Coach Hudson of Cabot. Westside already on top, 9-0. A minute 16 into this ball game, and they've got some three-quarter court pressure being applied, trying to force the tempo and force turnovers. They got a handful of them already here in the early going. Cabot playing toss and catch now into the forecourt as Hale breaks the defense down, kicks it for the 3 ball in the right corner. Taken by Hacken Hansen. It's short off the iron and controlled by Hughes, who walks it into the forecourt, hands it off to Amelang. Cabot's got man-to-man defense going. Is now Hughes down the lane. On the shot attempt, no good. He got fouled. Foul's going to be on Justin Hale. That's his first, a second on the team. Greg Hughes, already over 1,200 career points for Westside. Talented senior guard. Looks and fires, has the first, he'll get another one, already 10-0 Westside.
12:36 at the moment, 12:36 with that last free throw, Vince. That's a lot of points just starting your senior year.
That's an awful lot of points. What a great career he has had here for Westside. Knocks them both down. 11-0, not even 2 minutes into the ball game. Cabot looking to get into the scoring column for the first time this evening against a half-court trap. They dump it into the forecourt as King fires to the free throw line. Nobody home. Ahead of the pack now for Hughes. Off the window. Oh, no good. And Cabot finally stops the West Rutland attack here. Cabot in the forecourt. 3 ball. King, right wing. Doink off the iron. No good. Rebounded on the inside by Billings. And they swing it around the horn for the 3 ball. It's good. Justin Hale gets the Huskies on the clock here in the scoring column. It's 11-3 Westside. Coming up on 5.5 to play opening quarter. Vince Allo with Chad Bliss here at the Hinchy Gym in West Rutland. Hughes off the curl to the free throw line in the lane. Stops, leaves it back for Amelang. Down the lane, a wide open lane for the layup is Thornton. Joey Thornton, formerly of the Bruins, now of the Golden Horde of Westside, down the lane for the layup. 13-3. Golden Horde in the forecourt. King has it on the baseline for the Huskies. Back up top for Maxfield. They swing it over. King now on the left wing, off the back of the iron, no good. Matter of fact, that was Hale who had that possession started on the right side. As Rushman will check in for the Huskies' first whistle. Hughes has it up top, has it poked away. Out of bounds off of Hale. Drawing the tough assignment on guarding Greg Hughes is Nick Rushman, the junior, number 2, into the lineup for the Huskies, replacing Mike King, number 3, also a junior. Matter of fact, one senior in the lineup tonight on the roster for the Huskies as the Golden Horde try to go on the inside. It's stolen away by the Huskies as Hale takes it quickly the other way to Rushman. Back up top now, dancing with it at the free throw line for the buckets for John Maxfield. It's 13-5.
Yeah, nice little crossover and pull up on the elbow there. Maybe that's enough to get Cabot started and get a couple stops and get some points on the board here.
Nice job of breaking the defense down as West Rutland slows the pace a little bit. Hughes to the baseline, stops, kicks it across now for Thornton. Up top for Cameron. Cameron back to Thornton on the baseline. Inside to Reynolds. Doink off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies. That's Hale taking it out of the pack and walks it into the forecourt. To the top of the key. Leaves it off now for Maxfield. Between the circles to the left side hash mark for Rushman. I feel like I'm doing it on radio, Chad. I got to slow my pace down just a little bit. It's TV.
People can see it.
Yes, I know.
It's quite a difference, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Another turnover against the Huskies, and quickly the other way, lining up the jump shot inside the three-point line, and good is Amalang. Paul Amalang, all right. He knocks it down and back the other way. The Cabot 3-ball left wing is no good. Shot attempted by Maxfield, rebounded by the Golden Horde. Here comes the Golden Horde in the forecourt. Hughes on the give and go. Back to Hughes on the inside. Pretty play. Hughes and Cameron give and go from the elbow to the bucket.
And 7 points already for Greg Hughes here in the first 5 minutes of the ball game, Vince.
17-5 West Side. He's chasing it down near the timeline. That's Hansen. He bobs it over to Maxfield down the lane. Maxfield tries to go to the bucket. Bounces it off. It was Billings, I believe, number 15 on the baseline. As Rushman back out of the lineup, back in is King for Cabot. Cameron, Hughes, Thornton, Amalang, and Reynolds on the floor for West Side. They've got the ball and the 12-point lead at 17-5. Just under 3 minutes to play here, first quarter. Hughes, strong move to the bucket. And the scouting report says he has over 1,200 points. You may want to check him on the perimeter, Chad.
Yeah, and don't hope for help when he passes you by. You're going to have to try to stay with him the entire way to the basket.
On the baseline the other way. Good stop and pop on the baseline by 30. Hacken Hansen. And what a great basketball name that is. I wonder if they give him a few extra fouls each contest. Is Hacken Hansen out there for Cabot.
You had to wonder when that call was coming, the carry, because now that that's a point of emphasis this year for the officials, so it's one of those things that really are looking for. And every game I've been to, it's been called a heck of a lot more than any year in the past.
Another substitution as out of the lineup for the Huskies was, really didn't get the number on that, but underneath the bucket was Maxfield on the layup for Cabot, and after that initial quick burst out of the gate for West Side, it's only a 10-point game, and there's Hughes to the free throw line, lost control. West Side being very patient, working it around the perimeter. They go to the right side block to Reynolds. Hooks, they're going to call that the carry. Could have called the hook too on the foul against Reynolds, but they got the carry violation. Turns it back over to Cabot. Is now Cameron out into the lineup for the first time for West Side is Jason Ketchum, a 6'2 senior.
Yeah, I was going to watch out. You can get away with that hook if you keep your elbow in, but when you extend that arm, you're just waiting for the call. And you're right. As soon as I heard that whistle, I thought I was going to do the same call you did.
And we have a foul the other way now. Is 32 for the Huskies, a freshman, Trevor Bannister, 32, a freshman, picks up his first foul, third on the team. Clock winding now, coming up on 1:40 left, first quarter. Hughes, 3-ball, straight on, off the rim, no good. And loose ball is battled for, everybody going to the floor for it, and Cabot comes out of there with it. Down the left sideline into the forecourt with King between the circles, another good crossover move, he kicks it back. Minute 20 left first quarter. On the backdoor cut for Maxfield. No one guarded him. He lays it in. It's 19-11. And coach Phil Bartlett of Westside takes the timeout. With 1:14 to play in the first quarter, it's 19-11. Westside back after this timeout. Phil Bartlett not liking what he saw. Really liked what he saw to start the game in the first quarter, but not liking what he's seeing towards the tail end of the first quarter. It's 19-11 Westside. Cabot sticking around.
Yeah, those last two possessions, they've thrown that alley-oop kind of lob play over the defense. It's just someone wide open by the basket for an easy bucket. So certainly want to take care of that. So that's why Coach Bartlett took that timeout.
Just got a nice front row seat in the exhibition of the ability of Greg Hughes to attack the baseline and then the bucket, pick up the fouls. The second foul on 23, Hale of Cabot. Fourth on the team. No fouls against Westside to this point. Hughes at the line, makes the first. Has another one coming as Robinson, or check that, Cameron back into the lineup for Westside. Out is Paul Amelang, and back in for the Huskies is Rushman replacing Maxfield. Hughes with 1,200 and close to 40 now, it's got to be, as he gets the kind roll on his home court. A new home court, new lighting. Place looks fantastic here. The Hinchy Gym in West Rutland. 21-11, 10-point lead for the Golden Horde. Under a minute, 50 seconds to be exact, left in this first quarter. We have a travel on the far sideline, turned over by Rushman.
I mean, that's already the 7th turnover for Cabot, and they're averaging right now a turnover a minute, which is never where you want to be in the first quarter.
Or the second or third or fourth for that matter.
True.
Hughes near the hash mark, left wing inside to the big guy on the inside, Reynolds. His shot no good. Gets the rebound, put back, gets fouled. Just clearly the biggest player on the floor here tonight. 6'4" senior center Brian Reynolds.
You have to appreciate someone that scores as many points as Greg Hughes being able to see that pass, because he could have just as easily gone to the basket for a layup, but trying to keep the big men involved. You always have to take care of the big men as the scorer.
And the biggest of the big is at the line now for Westside, Brian Reynolds, to shoot the free throws. The first one's away, it's off the iron, no good. He'll have another one coming. 31 ticks left in this first quarter from the Hinchy Gym on Channel 15 Sports. Vince Allo with Chad Bliss. It's 21-11, Westside over Cabot. Reynolds looks and fires off the back of the iron. Hughes takes it off the rafters, off the window and in.
13 points here in the first quarter for Greg Hughes, Vince. Quite a start.
It's on a 52-point pace right now.
Quick Matt.
As Cabot operates right side of the lane. Back to King on the right wing. Hemmed in there, nowhere to go. With 5 seconds, with 4 now. King looks and fires and gets it. The bucket near the end of the first quarter for Mike King, the junior guard from Cabot. It's 23-13. Westside after 1. Back with the second quarter after this on Channel 15 Sports. Getting set for the second quarter here at the Hinchy Gym, home of the West Rutland Golden Horde. Looking to end the week probably better than they began the week. That tough cross-county matchup with Proctor. They came up on the short end of that ball game, losing by 19. But tonight they've been in control since the opening tap. They start the second quarter with possession of the basketball, going right to left, and the 10-point lead is now Cabot. With a little zone pressure as the Golden Horde lobs it across the top. Gets it on the right corner for Ketchum's shot. It's partially blocked out of bounds off of Cabot. It'll still be Westside ball. Ketchum out. Amelang in. Amelang, Reynolds, Hughes, Cameron, and Thornton on the floor for Westside. They operate under their own basket. They toss it up high for Thornton and get it out to Hughes between the circles against the Cabot zone. Amelang left wing, back to Hughes. About 30 seconds into this second quarter. Very patient and deliberate for Westside. As the turnaround just inside the right side of the lane for Cameron's good. Lead back to 12. Cabot now in the forecourt, operates against the West Side defense. Here's that lob play again, Chad, as they get the ball on the right side block for Billings. They swing it around to between the circles for Hansen. Back now for Maxfield. Left wing for Hale. Hale back to Maxfield. Right baseline, the short layup is good. Tell you, Westside was patient, deliberate on their first possession of the second quarter, and so was Cabot, and the result was the same. Good ball movement by both ball clubs. 25-15, 10-point lead for Westside. Again, very deliberate, attacking that zone defense, getting a good look, and they do. Off the iron on the long three ball, no good by Thornton. Loose ball foul is going to be against Westside. It's on Hughes, his first, team's first. So the first team foul against Westside. Almost 8 minutes into this ball game. 10 minutes, actually. We saw early on, Chad, that Westside was getting the early advantage, forcing the tempo with that full court pressure defense. They relented a little bit. Coach Bartlett likes to mix things up defensively. They're in the man-to-man now. Is Hale down the lane. The shot no good. He got fouled. Foul's going to be on Randy Cameron. That's his first and the second on the team here. I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but I've got the squeaky chair. I think there's one at every press row, and I'm occupying it right now as Hale looks and fires off the rim, no good. Justin Hale, the lone senior on the roster for the Huskies. Gets one of two. 9-point lead for Westside, 25-16. Can you, I don't know if you can pick that up or not. As quickly the other way, left side elbow. Nobody checked Amalang, and he knocks it down. 6-foot senior. Lead back to 11. Coming up on 2 minutes into this second quarter as Billings has it between the circles to the right behind the arc. Bounces it, tries to go over to Maxfield. He can't catch up to it. Turnover again against Cabot. Approaching double figures, I'm sure, in the turnover category.
That's number 8. That's number 8.
And we still have just under 6 minutes to play here in this first half. So Hughes, Reynolds now. Over to Thornton. Back to Hughes, 3 balls away. It's an air ball, and it's run down by Amalang, right baseline. Held up there, jump ball situation. And the possession arrow favors the Cabot Huskies. Under 5:40 to play here in this first half. There's Hale off the curl, doink. It's wide from the left wing. Rebounded by the Golden Horde. Here's Hughes into the forecourt quickly. Good ball handling by Hughes. Leaves it off for Reynolds. He lays it in. So another example of Hughes' ability to break the defense down on the perimeter and get the assist. His third of the ball game. Billings up top, and now you have a whistle away from the basketball. It's going to be on Maxfield of Cabot, his first and the 6th on the team. Let's see now, Dwight Ackerman in for Westside, replacing Randy Cameron. Clock moves under 5:10 to play in the first half. 14-point lead for Westside. That is a 5 up there, isn't it? Or 1-5, or it's a 6, so it's a 13-point lead. My inability to read the scoreboard just gained the Huskies a point, and Westside takes 2 of them back. The jump shot, right wing for Ackerman, he knocks it down. Lead is 15. Hale now, left wing, poked away by Hughes. Run down by Hale, gets it up top now for Billings. Billings back over to Maxfield, left wing. Westside still in the man-to-man. They go into Billings, right side block on Reynolds, backs it out. Hughes pokes it away. It'll still be Cabot basketball. In the right corner is Rushman back in for Cabot, replacing Justin Hale. Hansen looking around. And breaking the plane warning on Westside.
Bring your box the other way.
Maxfield, right wing, into the lane. Leaves it for Billings, left elbow. Back to King. He stops and fires. He drains it. It's a young Cabot team, Chad. Only one senior on the roster. And that senior's on the bench right now off to our left. We sit at press row, Hinchy Gym. Friday Night Lights on Channel 15. Of course, it's probably a Monday or Tuesday when you're watching this, but Hughes in the lane, down the net it goes. Safe to say a man among boys out there when we talk about Hughes. And
yeah. He is a very, very talented young man.
Cabot the other way as we have a traveling violation as King couldn't catch up to his feet there, and Cameron back in for Westside replacing Hughes.
And that would be turnover number 10, Vince, in the first half here. We played about 13 minutes of basketball, and they've turned the ball over 10 times now. Never a good thing to do.
No. And you being in the coaching category, an assistant men's coach at the College of St. Joe's. Combined show the Fighting Saints some love. Little shameless plug there as Westside unable to convert on the inside.
And one of the players that played for us last year is the assistant over on the West Rutland bench right now, in Jim Madrick. So the second best assistant coach in the state of Vermont is over there on that bench.
He out of Fairhaven, and however not coached as a JV player by Rick Hudson, the current Cabot coach. Westside and Coach Phil Bartlett with the ball, and the 15-point lead at 33-18 as we come up on 3 minutes to play first half, and a foul against Hacken Hansen.
It's going to be 1-1, Vince.
Haken? It's Haken. Oh, thanks to the Huskies for correcting me. 11 minutes into the ball game. Haken. It was Hacken on that one, but his name is really Haken. The end result, however, is Cameron at the line for two, makes the 1-and-1 anyway. Knocks the front end down as it's a 7th-team foul, first on Hansen. 34-18, 3:06 to play first half. Cameron, 6'1" senior, gets them both. Justin Hale at the scorer's table for the Huskies. He'll check in next opportunity. As the Huskies operate in the forecourt, Rushman between the circles now for Billings. Over to Maxfield, back up to Rushman between the circles. Under 3 minutes to play first half. 35-18, and a steal by Amelong. Has it the other way. Tried to bounce it over to Spencer Mumford, who checked in for Westside, and Mumford runs it down inside to Reynolds. He faces, fires, no, but there was a foul before. On the left side block, it's going to be on Mike King. Second on King, team already over the limit. That's the 8th team foul. It's going to send the big guy, Brian Reynolds, to the line for Westside to shoot the free throws. It's a 1-and-1. Looks and fires good. Hughes back in, replacing Ackerman. Here's Reynolds. Gets them both. Nice shooting touch for the big senior, Reynolds, from Westside. Knocked them both down. Yeah, anytime at the Division IV level, you can have a big man that has some solid post moves as he does and knock down free throws. It's really going to help you out when it comes to the tournament team, the tournament time with a team that's going to be winning some games, obviously as West Rutland will. Full timeout taken on the floor by Cabot and Coach Rick Hudson. 2:27 to play first half. It's a 19-point lead for Westside. Back after this timeout.
This is Brent Kendall.
Brent Kendall out of Milton. As during the timeout, we were talking about 40-point scorers in the state of Vermont over the history of boys basketball in the state. And we're back to live action now, or as you view it on Channel 15.
And Greg Hughes could join that list this evening with a few more shots, because he's had one bad miss today, but his other two have been in and out. But other than that, he's shooting about 70% today so far. Cameron, right baseline, leaves it off for Reynolds. Off the backboard, no good. Amelang on the putback, no good. Patty kicked out of there by Billings of Cabot. Patty caked. Patty caked. That's a nice verb to use.
You like that?
I like that.
Hughes backs it up, gets it to Cameron. 3-ball, right corner, off the rim, no good. And Reynolds with another rebound and put back, no good. Rebounded by Hughes, up and under, off the window. And check that, that's Cameron. That was Cameron, number 3, on the layup. 39-18 now, biggest lead of the ball game for Westside. Hansen between the circles. And we have a kick as Jason Ketchum checks back into the Golden Horde lineup, replacing Reynolds. In the backcourt, that's Rushman. On the bounce, Hale, the lone senior. Tried to go on the backdoor cut, a play that they've run exclusively here this evening in the first half. Didn't fool Greg Hughes.
No, good help side position there. That's good help side defense.
3-ball Hughes.
18 first half points for the senior. You could call him a star. I think it's a pretty safe call to call him a star.
You're not going to get him any arguments if you refer to him as that. He's a solid ball player, solid athlete all around. Nearly comes up with the steal. As there's now under a minute to play in the first half, 45 ticks to be exact. 42-18, again on the backdoor cut. Tried to go to Rushman, hit the bottom of the back of the bucket. And I think Westside may hold for one here, already on top, 42-18. Half a minute to go here in the first half from the Hinchy gym. Hughes and Cameron playing toss and catch against the Husky zone defense. Now they back it out with 19 seconds left. Back over to Cameron, right hash mark with 12. Back up top to Hughes. Last time I saw Hughes in this situation, he banked it from straight on at the Barry Auditorium to end play in the first quarter. And this time, no such luck, but he really didn't need it. Actually, it missed wide to the left. And that's going to end play here in the first half. One half of basketball is in the books from the Hinchy gym. Our score at the half, West Rutland 42, Cabot 18. Back with the third quarter after this. Now there's a chance that the mic may be on for the first time here in the second half. There's a chance. But anyway, now that we've got your full attention, thanks, Chad, for pointing that out. The mic was off.
I could have just left it off.
You could have.
We could have pretended it was a real mechanical issue as opposed
You could
to a
have.
switch that somehow got flipped.
You could have. Foul was on Maxfield, his first, or third actually, fifth on the team.
For those of you that were wondering, we did cover the Mitchell report in full detail.
Yes, we did. We broke
at
we broke at the half to read the Mitchell report live in every detail. And Cameron gets the free throws. It's 61-26 with 11 seconds left. And nearly a steal by Cameron with 2 seconds left.
Looks like it's going to be West Rutland basketball.
So our apologies to Coach Bartlett and the West Rutland faithful for having the mic off for a majority of the third
Sometimes
quarter.
we can do nothing but damage, though, so sometimes it's not necessarily bad if we can.
That's true. Here's Hughes at the buzzer. No good. Too late. Wouldn't have counted anyway. He did convert. But after 3 quarters, West Side on top comfortably from the Hinchy Gym, 61-26. Back with the fourth quarter after this timeout. Getting set for the fourth quarter.
The mic is on.
Fully mic'd, fourth quarter. All right, back to audio action here from the Hinchy Gym. 61-26 West Side. We apologize for the technical difficulties as our mic was listed in the Mitchell report and we had to get a new one during the third quarter. So down the lane on the layup was King. Rebounded by Reynolds. And Hughes, untouched, launches a 3-ball, no good, rebounded, but stolen away by Hughes. Run down by Ackerman. Ackerman, Cameron, Hughes, Reynolds, and Mumford on the floor for West Side. That's Hughes with it, left wing, to Mumford between the circles against the Husky zone. To Ackerman, right baseline, stops under the bucket, tries to leave it off, stolen away by Hale. Hale at midcourt. Bodies flying. It's Hale and Ackerman tied up, and Coach Hudson wants a timeout for Cabot. With 7:04 to play in this third quarter. It's got to be a full timeout, so we'll take a short break with 7:04 to play, fourth quarter. 61-26 West Side, back after this timeout. Full timeout taken by Cabot Husky coach Rick Hudson. I think he's got one full timeout left. That was a full timeout. West Side at midcourt, going left to right here in the fourth quarter. They'll inbounds with Cameron, Mumford, Hughes, Ackerman, and Reynolds on the floor in the home whites. Huskies in the zone defense, stolen away by King. Ahead of the pack, off the window and in. Good defense and conversion by Mike King, the junior guard for Cabot. 61-28, Hughes in the lane, down the lane, finger roll, good.
That was a great hesitation move there right at the top of the key by Hughes. Drew the defender to step in and just went by him and laid it up and in.
3-ball, Hale the other way, off the rim, no good. Loose ball rebounded by Billings, and he goes to the floor. Billings and Ackerman, Hughes in there as well. Possession arrow does favor Cabot. Be Husky basketball.
And unless people were keeping score at home during the technical difficulties, they would be aware that Greg Hughes has 24 points now, one above his season average.
The Hughes train continues as stepping on the end line was King of Cabot. Hughes is a given. You know you're going to get a good performance out of him night in and night out, but Coach Bartlett has to be very pleased with the play of Reynolds this evening at both ends of the floor for West Side.
Absolutely, you know, scoring, rebounding, so a double-double there, and then you have to look at the 2 or 3 block shots he's had as well, and he's been very effective in keeping the possessions alive for West Rutland when they miss a shot.
Reynolds had it a moment ago. West Side maintains possession around the perimeter. Inside now, the turnaround for Cameron. Nobody checked him. He locked it down. Found that open seam against his own defense, turned, expected to be greeted by a green jersey, nobody home, and he knocked it down. We have a foul away from the basketball. It's going to be on Justin Hale, 23.
You got to keep your body square to the person when you're trying to set a screen. You can't turn with him in hopes of slowing them down.
Third on Hale, 6th on the team. On the bounce, Cameron over to Ackerman, off the glass, right side, no good. Rebound by Reynolds. His putback is missed. But again, Reynolds keeping it alive for Westside. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's going to be the 4th foul on Mike King, number 3. Or check that, 23. That's Justin Hale's 4th. 7th on the team. That puts the Huskies over the limit. Reynolds to the line to shoot 2. No good. Misses to the right. Nick Rushman back into the lineup for Cabot, replacing Hale. Back in for Westside is Ketchum, replacing Ackerman. And Reynolds gets 1 of 2. 66-28 Westside. They've led the entire ball game. Led it 42-18 at the half. 61-23 after 3. Both teams with 5 points here in this 4th quarter. They try to go inside to Billings, knocked out, or Hansen, check that, knocked out of bounds over the top by Ketchum. Still be Husky basketball on the baseline. That was Rushman into the lane. He traveled. Turnover again against Cabot with 5:26 left in the ball game. Hughes, 3 ball, straight on, good.
27, and that was a confident-looking stroke right there.
Shot that one from Ira. Ira.
You're even going in the right direction.
Well, yeah, Ira's that way.
Yeah.
And that's where he was, so. Hughes from Ira knocks it down. Actually, Hughes dribbles it out of bounds off his foot as he tried to take it the other way. Under 5 to play in this 4th quarter. Rushman right in front of us, left hash mark on the bounce for Billings between the circles. Over to Maxfield, back to Rushman. Now King, 3-ball left wing, good. Good ball game for Mike King, a junior. 4.5 to play. 38-point lead for Westside. Hughes, 3-ball, left wing, around the rim and out. Rebounded by Hansen. That was King's miss on the jumper from the left side. No good. Rebounded by Westside's Mumford, who's into the ball game. Taken away by Rushman. Past the halfway point of the 4th quarter. 69-31. Westside on top. Rushman on the bounce. Hansen, 3-ball straight on. Doink off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Hughes. Hughes leads the break the other way. Stops at the right side of the lane. Spins to the baseline. Off the window, no good. Gets the putback up and in.
And if my calculations are correct, Vince, which I'm sure they are, he's at 29 points here for the ball game. So
you are infallible, aren't you? The other way, King with another 3-ball.
A little sniper in the 4th quarter.
That's right.
I think he must have 8 in the quarter.
King putting together, yes he does. King putting together quite a performance here tonight for the Huskies. Cameron to Ketchum, straight on, knocks it down. 73-34 with 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Westside looking to go 3-1 on the season. Cabot at 1-2. Maxfield over to King. King in the lane, down the lane, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Reynolds. It's the 94th rebound of the ball game for Reynolds.
I think we should start counting the rebounds he doesn't get. That may be in our best interest at this point.
Hughes, no good, gets the rebound. And they're going to call Greg Hughes for the foul over the top. That's the third on Hughes. 5 on the team. Trevor Alden into the lineup for the Huskies, replacing Mike King. And let's see what the holdup is now. Is Joey Thornton back in for Westside?
They thought the foul was on Cabot, and they thought Greg Hughes would be shooting, but indeed the foul was on Greg Hughes for over the back, as you clearly stated.
Yeah, he was. He's also out of the ball game now.
Over him.
Yeah. Into the lineup, as we said, Trevor Alden for the first time, and Tim Sepka back in for Cabot. Sepka may have come in when the mic was not on. That is K-E-S-P-K-A, Sepka. That's Maxfield with it, left wing. Over to Alden, between the circles, gets it over to Rushman. Shut off, left wing, bounces it for Sepka, left elbow. Tries to go across court to Alden, taken away by Ketchum. Ketchum down the lane, no good, he got fouled.
One thing that we may have not touched on when the mic was off is the upcoming schedule here for West Rutland. December 18th, they play at Rochester, at Mid-Vermont Christian School, December 20th, and then I believe at Chelsea on December 28th. And then, as we mentioned, the big game coming up is January 2nd against Twin Valley. And Greg Hughes versus Camden Roosin is going to be one of the better matchups you're going to see in the state of Vermont when you have two very talented players going head-to-head.
The next 4 games for Westside, all on the road. Away from the friendly confines of the Hinchy Gym. One of 2 at the line, by the way.
And I don't feel they can get much further away than Mid-Vermont Christian, because is that in Newport? I think that's in Newport.
Well, if you go to MapQuest, it says go to nowhere and hang a right. That's basically where that is. So
yeah.
If you go to MapQuest and get driving directions for Mid-Vermont Christian, it says take a plane.
Choose not to go.
It says call in sick. Foul on Joey Thornton of Westside. Puts the Golden Horde over the limit. 1:50 left in the ball game.
What other fun stuff can we pull from our sheet of goodies? Oh,
yeah, we mentioned the...
I don't know if we did, because I think the mic was off.
Well, mic was off. We talk about this being the 100th game of the Phil Bartlett era here at Westside, and coming into the ball game, it's 75-24.
Well, on its way to being 76-24.
That's not bad.
760 for those of us who were math majors in college.
Which, of course, I wasn't.
You could have been.
And I'll tell you that it's 74-36, so it's a 38-point lead.
Very good, Vince. This is good stuff. I didn't realize you went to Duke with Jay Billis.
Right. 3-ball misses for Cameron, left wing. The putback up and in, and the foul for Westside's Dwight Ackerman.
One thing that I've been really impressed with this West Rutland team, Vince, is the fact that it's not just the Greg Hughes show. And I hadn't seen them play this year, and I assume kind of that's what it was, to be fully honest with you. But when they have other players like Dwight Ackerman playing a role, but Emily shooting the ball well, and then the way Brian Reynolds has been playing as a big man, this is a team that Division IV has to worry about, regardless of what happened against Proctor, the second and the third game of the year. There's another 20 games before they likely meet again in the Division IV state championship.
Completing the 3-point play was Ackerman. Nice job by Dwight Ackerman. 1:15 left in the ball game. Jumper straight away, no good, and another rebound for Westside. It was Ackerman. He keys the fast break as Thornton into the forecourt down the right wing. Leaves it off for Cameron. He backs it up now, coming up on 1 minute to play in this ball game. That is Thornton down the right wing, saves it on the baseline to Ackerman. Back to Thornton, 3-ball, left corner, splash. Joey Thornton with the buckets, 80-36. Here's a steal for Westside's Amalang. He lays it in. 82-36 with 35 seconds left. Down the lane, they leave it off now. The bucket is good for Sepka.
The 3-footer without jumping. I like that. Just turn and let it go.
With the kiss. Raftery.
That's nice. That's great. If you can sit there and Dick Vitale comments so I could beat you with the microphone, that'd be great too.
All right. With 14 seconds left, West Side in the forecourt. They're going to go 3-1 on the season. Cabot's going to fall to 1-3 with 7 seconds. 6, 5. 82-38 is our final score. Here's the buzzer. West Side wins it over Cabot. 82-38 is our final score from the Hinchy Gym. West Side now 3-1 on the season. Cabot drops to 1-3. For our camera.